Hi everyone. This was not announced, so I don't even know if there's going to be anyone showing up. I am not obviously in my usual live stream space, so no idea how the internet is going to handle this. I just finished recording a couple of videos for you guys and happened to check the Twitter and saw some pretty crazy stuff going on. And I figured, you know what? I will take a page from the Guns and Gadgets book and just do a quick live something to get this out for you guys. And I'm going to take the time to write a video and record it, edit it, and get it out for you guys. Weird blinking screen, so you guys can see. Oh, there's 81 of you here. Hello. And all right. Blue Foo, you are yes, and it is midnight where I am right now. So I am seeing some conflicting reports about this, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to share my screen because, again, not in my usual live stream space. I am on my laptop, right? So I will at least keeps blinking out. Hopefully, you guys can still see me. Because I keep getting a black screen clicking in and out on my end. Home internet here is not great. So I am seeing there on Twitter, we have trending hashtags of Atlanta PD. We have Zone 6, have hashtag blue, Atlanta blue, back the blue, all of these things trending on Twitter. And yet we have this article from CNN, which basically is saying none of this is going on. So let me send that. Thank you for the super chats, guy. Thank you, Shane Bushta and Robert Franklin, who says that D is douche. This is all in reference to the shooting of Rayshard Brooks, I believe his name was. And basically, the guy fell asleep in a drive-through line at Wendy's. Some folks at Wendy's, I believe, were the ones that called the police. The police showed up. He was asleep in his car. They did a field sobriety test. I believe he failed. Really, I've just seen the videos, and there are multiple videos of this. There is a scuffle. The guy takes the taser. He runs away. He turns to shoot the taser at the cops. The cops shoot him. Whether or not this is justified, I mean, you shouldn't point weapons at police officers. Does a taser warrant then lethal force? Is a really good question. They're saying now that the original ruling was that the shooting was justified because the taser is a potentially lethal weapon, which brings up a whole bunch of other questions for other police incidents in which tasers were used, but that's not what this is about. So in light of that, the officer has been charged with felony murder, and in response, there's been a lot of police officers from Atlanta who have walked out. So according to this CNN article, I'm going to see if I can share my screen with the one, let's see, with the one thing. Let's see if we can do this. That's not the right one. I'm used to having two monitors to do this, guys. I'm sorry. Let's go. We'll go with entire screen, and we'll just do it that way. All right. So hopefully you guys can see this. So this article from CNN talks about how the officer is charged with felony murder for fatally shooting a black man in the back, and then the attorney today announced 11 charges against the officer who shot Rayshard Brooks twice in the back on Friday night. A third shot hit a car with 3 people inside. That is definitely bad. I hadn't heard that until this article. So then the police department said an unusual number of officers working the late shift had called out sick. The mayor said the city would be okay. So the mayor is saying that the city would be okay. Meanwhile, we have all of these trending hashtags here of Zone 6, for example. And the internet is not doing great. So this is from Cernovich. He says, mass walkouts among members of the Atlanta Police Department. The mayor began requesting assistance from mutual aid jurisdictions. Officers from these jurisdictions are refused to respond to any call other than one for an officer down. And then there's a link to the police scanner. This is from 3 hours ago, and there are reportedly huge chunks of silence, at least in Zone 6, on the police scanner. Here's another one from CBS 46. Sources confirm Atlanta police officers in out. Sources say they back to their precinct keys and went home. Officers in Zone 3 are allegedly doing the same. Here's another one. Brendan Keefe, no idea who this guy is, but he has a blue check mark. Says, I've been listening to Zone 6 Atlanta Police radio traffic for the last hour. There are 15 to 20-minute periods of absolute silence amid reports of officer walkouts. This clip was shared with Cheryl Pre by a police source in Zone 3. The code 69 is person with a gun. So this is 45 seconds. So let me pop up the volume and play this for you guys and see what's going on. Like I said, I just popped onto Twitter after recording videos, so I'm seeing this guy as you are.
Video isn't any zone for supervisor.
It's not what the police scanners around here sound like.
Any unit that is clear and copy is 69 at 135 Southwest.
It's a whole lot of nothing. So, I know that there are some law enforcement officers that do watch the channel. So I don't know, is that typical for you guys? I don't. I mean, I know when I listen to the police scanners around here, there are chunks of silence, but when nothing is going on, it's not someone radioing out and then getting like nothing. So, okay, people are saying that no, that's not typical. I see some super chats came in. Puppet 871112 says thank you. Hello from Albuquerque. Hello. Well, so the protest in Albuquerque has been an issue recently as well. I just recorded a video about that, or mentions that. So we'll talk about that in another video. Blind Rodent 3019 says ago, the DA charged officer using a taser with assault. So, I mean, there is a question as to okay for me and not for thee sort of thing. David Morton says, I just want to thank you for everything. Also, apologies if I miss any super chats. Again, I am just on my lonely little laptop right now. Not unusual. I don't have the multiple monitors going with all different windows watch everything. I keep up on my side, so hopefully you guys are still seeing me just fine. This is why I do this stuff here. The internet is not great. I saw another one. Michael Lacey says angry cop others and roommates retake as 7-4. Well, we don't even know if Chaz will be around that long, quite frankly. Robert V says that the guy had warrants on him. Yeah, people are complaining about choppiness. I'm sorry. I said this is not my usual thing. I just wanted to pop on and talk about this for a few minutes because, yeah, this will be way out and long gone by the time I ever finish a video about this. I'm getting messages that it's not connecting, so we'll see. Michael Lacey, donut operator, just confirmed a walkout. So is and people saying the audio was really bad. Sorry, guys. Again, this is not my usual spot for live streams. So I'll just touch on a couple of the things and then we'll sign off. I don't even want to see what this is going to look like later. So then we have this other article here from Fox. I'll post it for you guys. Thank you, Agent Pepsi 1. Oh, it's not even sending the link. All right. So this article here again talks about the walkout. So this one actually confirms. So I will pop this up on the screen. Hopefully you guys are seeing. Yeah, it looks like it. Hopefully you guys are seeing it. This one confirms Atlanta police officers are not responding to calls in 3 zones. Multiple sources within the Atlanta Police Department told CNN on Wednesday evening. And according to CNN, there were not going to be any problems responding to calls. The mayor came out and said, oh, we're fine. We're a little short-staffed, but, the city is going to be safe. Nothing bad is going to happen. We're still going to be responding to calls. That was the statement that she made, and that is obviously not what is happening. The department is experiencing a higher than usual number of calls with the incoming shift. We have enough resources to maintain operations and remain able to respond to incidents. And that is a statement from the Atlanta Police Department. So obviously there is some misinformation going on. Reduce the video quality. I don't know if I can do that from here. Let's see. Let's pop down to standard. All right, we'll see if that does anything. If that fixes it. So again, it sounds like there are walkouts. There is this blue flu. The police are not responding to calls, and some outlets are reporting it. It's all over Twitter, and yet the police department and CNN are trying to cover it up, is what it sounds like. So, I have a few thoughts on this. I can understand officers would. It's a dangerous time to be a police officer. I saw headlines and articles today about Shake Shack. They found poison in 3 milkshakes that were served to police. I know locally there are 3 Starbucks that refuse to serve police within the week. Police officers being afraid that their food was going to be tampered with, finding razor blades in food that they ordered and things like that. And I get anti-police sentiment. I've talked on the show that the issue with the police, in my opinion, is that they have a monopoly on force provided by the state. They are the strong arm of the government, and they, there are times they are not held liable for mistake choices or the bad apples that are out there. We've talked about that on the show. There are a dozen possible solutions to that. Getting rid of qualified immunity, giving them better training for mental health issues, or even better, taking the police out of mental health issues completely and maybe have, emergency mental health crisis teams or something. They do have those here in Boston and in Massachusetts. They have mobile units that you can call, unfortunately only for children, but mobile units that you can call when a child is having a mental health issue so the police don't even have to get involved. It's pretty nice. You can have cops carry liability insurance, or even better, go back to the days of elected sheriffs, right? So that, the people know their community, the community know the people, etc. There are all kinds of various solutions. Poisoning people is not one of them. Putting razor blades in their food is not one of them, because I firmly believe that all force and violence is immoral unless it's in self-defense. If you are giving rat poison to a cop, I don't understand, what did that guy personally ever do to you? If you are against the institution, then call for reforms, something, right? People, so I understand why the cops are doing what they're doing. On the other token, we have so many people calling to defund the police. And there are some arguments there, of changing the way the funding is done, looking instead at private security forces, for example, like Detroit Threat Management. They have been very successful, and they cropped up at a time when the Detroit police were not responding to calls there either. That was because the level of crime that was happening in Detroit at the time, and not a protest movement, but it was it was a valid solution for that. Now, so we have the other issue is if they're jobs and they're going, fine. First Amendment is yours to do that. Go ahead and do that. The taxpayer dollars are paying for services that aren't being. So it's a very, very complex issue. Cuomo that came out earlier today and said communities don't want to play arts, shouldn't have police departments. An argument for that could be on the route of freedom of. That's not at all what Cuomo means, in the slightest. So he about police departments needing to reform their budgets, and if they don't get reformed, then they lose funds. Very different from his communities being allowed to opt out. So please I'm sorry, guys. I mean, there's not really much else I can do. I have dropped the video quality as far as I can. My the is not my typical. This is not my typical stream location. So, rolling like crazy. Okay. Well, I guess that kind of settles that. Then there's not my unfortunately, again, I'm keep getting messages that it's not connecting, that YouTube is messing with me on my end. So, but again, I know that it's not the best here. I don't typically live stream from here. I have a specific live stream location. But it is midnight. Well, now it's 12:15, and I just a couple videos, and again, so there's that I can do. Now I'm clear and smooth, but now it says that I'm crapping out again on my end. So, anyways, I guess that's sort of my sign, and whatever you just did stopped for a second. Well, I didn't do anything. It's just cutting in and out on my end, unfortunately. Build a website for times like these. If it's my crappy Comcast internet, I can't really do much about that. Normally, again, I live stream from a location where I have an Ethernet cable and all of that. So just for audio only. No, let's see. We'll try that. We'll try that. Let's see. So I just turned my video off. Let me know you guys if that fixes anything with the audio. There seems to be lag, so we'll wait a minute. But again, people are saying I have to repeat some of the lag. Okay, synopsis, because we're hitting the 20-minute mark. And I know that people that are stumbling on this later are not going to sit around for a half-an-hour video. Still robo sound. Nope, still bad audio. Okay. Well, all right. I'll put the camera back on at least, so at least you can see my face. Okay, well, I will put the links in the chat here. Go check out Twitter. Check out the hashtag if you have a Twitter account. You can see around what is happening right now. The police calls, the stuff that's going on there is very different from the statements that are being put out by the officials on CNN. So go check it out. I will do a live stream on Friday at 7 p.m. I will have Eric just finish recording you guys. Thank you, Joy. One of them might get me in trouble. We'll see. All right, everyone's complaining about being in. On Sunday, I will have a better end stream again. I have a separate location. I have 2 monitors. I have Ethernet cable. I pay for the good internet, the good expensive internet there. But and again, yes, backwoods basins, outside counties are willing to come help. So it is a very tenuous situation down there. Gun owners, I don't know how concerned they would be because, everyone's always like, oh, well, who are you going to call? Well, the whole point of owning a gun is for those times that, well, A, it's for government tyranny, but B, it's also for times where the police are not available or are too far away. Only seconds count when the police are minutes away, they say, right? So, and everyone's complaining again about the feed. I am very, very sorry about that. But so again, that is the synopsis. Hopefully some of this is visible, workable, whatever. Hopefully you get something out of this. If not, maybe I'll try and throw something either off cuff the next few days. Whatever. We keep blinking in and out. I'm tired. That's it. Have a good day. Thanks for tuning in with this experiment of badness. Apparently, I guess I'll just end the stream. I was only supposed to be a little quick thing. Anyways, thanks for tuning in so late. Check out the channel coming up for some actual real videos. My usual stream on Fridays. We'll have Eric July. Watch what's happening on Twitter. And if you are in Atlanta, just stay safe. All right? Good night.